It's time for ACC Central, presented by College Baseball Central. Hosted by Monty Taylor, Micah Butel, and Nick Dioldi.
Welcome back, college baseball fans. We are done with our team previews. We are just 2 days away from first pitch, and it's time for us to figure out our preseason all ACC teams. I'm here with Micah. Micah brought up the great ideas. Instead of doing all ACC, let's do a preseason all-star team, so that way we stay consistent with our theme as we went with the midseason all-star show last year. Micah, how are you, and tell me how excited you are for this?
I'm good, Monty. Does your back hurt? Did your back hurt at all from carrying our content this past 16 days? Back a little sore?
I am psyched that we are back into kind of a normal, like, I had alarms on for every time I needed to tweet something. So
if everybody knows, Monty was about 85%, 90% of the content. The early morning stuff minus the initial graphic was me, but it was Monty carrying the workload. Monty obviously did a great job if you watch the team previews of making sure that we had all that information. So he was just basically spitting it back out on Twitter for everybody. But obviously, like you said, had to have alarms to make sure we didn't want to put it all out at once, but we also wanted to make sure it was going out consistently throughout the day. I mean, Monty, I don't know about you, but it felt like a success to me. We got a lot of people that, started to obviously, again, appreciate it, right? Like, I think some of the more or least talked about schools in our conference, I think we're even more receptive. I mean, Cal was literally sharing it. I felt like a lot of Notre Dame people were engaging. Pitt was great. Virginia Tech was really good. I mean, it was really great to kind of see the beauty of our conference and all the schools that are in it, kind of involved. I mean, even Stanford has a really good show out. And again, like we're new to them. So I thought it went really well. Hopefully you feel the same way because you were putting a lot into it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it was great interacting with all those people, and everyone was excited. And with the projections, it's a lot of fun to figure out what everyone else is thinking and to see where some of my, as we were getting into some of it, we could see that I was overvaluing a little bit of the left-right balance in some of the lineups, and that's how you end up with some of them being a little bit out of whack. And then, it was really funny because Wake Forest ended up making it really easy for us yesterday because they announced their rotation before their team day, which we were pretty close on. We knew we had a pretty good idea of those four guys would be in that discussion. But now we're talking about our all ACC teams, our all-star team. But the problem with our all-star method is we don't have divisions anymore. We don't have Atlantic versus Coastal. So, Micah, how are we gonna figure out our teams?
I mean, of course, we're just going to draft them. We're going to go after it. What we're going to do, I think it's only fair, Monty. I'm finally in the 2,000 range. Shout out to everyone. I didn't think throwing $30 out on social media would get me 400 followers in over 24 hours, but here we are. I'm at almost 2,300 when I was at 19 yesterday, so I'm not complaining. Shout out to anybody that followed me. Hopefully, I make it worth your while to follow. If you don't follow me or Monty, what are you waiting for? I mean, come on. But seriously, though, like I think we got to give it to the man that's got all the followers, the new king of ACC baseball. Last year, I joked it was me. This year, Montgomery, you have taken it over. So you get to decide. You won the coin toss in the follower count, so you get to decide. So everybody knows, Monty. I don't want to steal if you were going to introduce how we're doing this, but we're drafting two different things. So there's like a defer to a second half kind of thing. Monty, do you want to clarify or do you want?
Yeah, I can clarify it. So instead of Coastal and Atlantic divisions, we're going to have the divisions are going to be Team Monty and Team Micah. And basically we got to draft what teams our players are coming from. And that way we've got a formula for midseason when we come back to this and do our midseason, our real all-star game festivities with the home run derby and all that. So Micah and I are basically determining what team the schools are for the season. And this is where it gets a little feisty because Micah and I have some schools that we both love, and we're going to have to figure out a way to split the baby, so to speak. Not to get too biblical, but so first we'll draft which of us gets which 8 teams, which gets the other 8 teams, and then we'll start going in and we'll pull players from those 8 teams that we selected, so that we can't necessarily take players from each other, but one person's going to get to decide who's an all-star for what school.
And Monty, I just thought about how awesome this is going to be, because we had talked about the teams. We had not, or talked about obviously we're just selecting our own selections. But then Monty came up with a great idea. Right, let's divvy it up as if it's the Micah division and the Monty division instead of the Atlantic and the Coastal. And it's going to make drafting the teams, which we'll do first, which Monty will get to decide whether he wants to draft first or second. It'll be a snake draft, so at least there's a fair chance. But for example, I think both of us think Drew Burress might be the best player in the ACC. Are we going to reach? I don't want to say reach, right? But reach for Georgia Tech a little bit higher just so we can have Drew Burress on our All-Star team. Again, there's a lot of guys on Georgia Tech too that are worth having. But that's the thing. You might see a team get drafted a little bit higher because you might go, well, they have the higher end talent that you want to go after. Where let's say a Stanford, there's so many guys you can go from the starting rotation. Maybe you don't have to reach as far because if they fall to the 4th round, you feel pretty good. So it's going to be interesting how we didn't really do a ton of strategy before this, so you have to bear with us. We might in 2 weeks be like, that was a really dumb reach, but this is going to be fun.
It's also going to be interesting because I think even if we don't have strategy, we'll get the right players who are deserving of being preseason All ACC or whatever. We'll get those players, but it'll be a matter of is maybe one of our teams a little bit more lopsided than the other because somebody may have reached with their heart as well. Because I know, again, Micah and I both are very connected to certain teams and have our way. But you know what I'm going to do? I am going to defer, and I'm going to let you go ahead and get the number 1 pick. So if you want to take Georgia Tech first and Drew Burress. No, and I'm going to share the screen.
Monty, you're going to be shocked by this. With the first overall pick in the college baseball ACC Central All-Star Game Divisional Team Draft, I will take the Virginia Cavaliers.
Oh, very nice.
I feel like with that lineup, I've got a lot of positions where I feel pretty good about being able to pull from. So
yeah, well,
I will draft the Who's.
All right. Well, okay. We're off to a fantastic start. I'm going to go with Florida State and Georgia Tech as we get the snake draft there.
Monty, I was really hoping you'd let Georgia Tech fall to 4 because in a power ranking, they're not in the top 4. What are you doing, Monty? Why are you doing this to me?
Because I wanted them. They're Georgia Tech's T. Monty. You took UVA, so I gotta get something here.
Sorry, I'm trying. You put it down, so beautiful. I don't have to write. I'm writing mine down.
Yep.
Well, then I got to go Clemson, my preseason number 1. I mean, that feels like a pretty easy choice here. Well, I'm happy with that. Oh, I get to sneak back. There we go. Man, this is tough. This is tough, Montgomery. You know what? I'm going to do it. Give me Stanford. I want the Aces.
There you go. I'm going to take North Carolina and Duke.
Yeah, I figured that's where you're going to go, which is great, Monty, because I wanted NC State and almost reached for, and I'm glad I didn't. So I got NC State. That makes me happy. Now is where I think it gets interesting, Monty, because, again, not this is a big drop-off, but you know where I'm going with this, Monty. You have to know where I'm going with this. You took one of my true loves. I'm not going to take both. Give me the Louisville Cardinals.
I was wondering, and I know this one is probably safe, but I'm going to take them anyway. Right now, Wake Forest. And let's see, so we're 10 teams in. So our top 10 teams who I think we kind of see as NCAA tournament teams are off the board now, I believe, right? Yep, that's all of them. So we're talking Miami, Pitt, Virginia Tech, Boston College, those teams. Now I'm going to go ahead and continue with my Miami's very tempting because I think they're going to play the way into the tournament, but I really don't want you to take my Pitt Panthers. So I'm going to go with Pitt Panthers here with this pick.
Well, I'm glad that you left Miami for me, Monty. I do appreciate that. So obviously I will be taking the U. And then this is where it gets tough, Monty. You know what? I told them I love them. If we're gonna play with our heart, I'm gonna bet on some young guys here. Give me the Cal Bears, Golden Bears. Give me Cal. Might be a little bit of a reach for the boys, but I'm putting my faith in Mike New and that staff. There's also a certain player there that I think will clearly start for me, so I like this.
Here's the problem with deferring is I end up leaving the last pick out there, so I'm basically choosing the one school I don't want at this point. So we've got Boston College, Virginia Tech, and Notre Dame, and
I think it's pretty clear, Monty, where you go with this, if I'm being honest. But again, you know my not hatred, but my opinion on a certain team. So
I think I have to go Boston College and leave it down to Notre Dame and Virginia Tech. And
I can't believe you didn't take Virginia Tech there. I almost took Virginia Tech where I had Cal.
I think I'm taking Virginia Tech here and sticking you with
you. Giving me Esteban Moreno. Let's go.
Oh, well played. That's what you were playing for, right?
I was like, you know what? Monty's not going to take Notre Dame, and if he does, it's going to stink, but that means he's going to leave me a BC or a Virginia Tech, so I was okay with it no matter what. A strategy kind of kicked in when I took Cal because I was like, I don't want him to have to pick between Cal and, like, let's say Notre Dame, because I think there's one I really want and one that, like, I really, really want. So I'm happy with this.
All right.
I'm curious if we put these teams out, Monty, who people kind of lean for. Because, like, again, if we went solely teams, I think I might have the more stacked group. Like, I think solely D teams.
Well, we're going to find out. I like it. Yeah.
I don't mean, again, not our all-star teams. I just mean, like, again, because, like, we're going to be picking all-stars, like, NCAA tournament Omaha type thing. Like, this could be.
Yeah. I'm curious also, though, with you could go 6 of your 8 can make the NCAA tournament. I have a really good shot, and then obviously we think if things go right for some of the bottom teams, there's a chance there. But yeah, I like how this shakes out. I'm just curious if how it's going to look when we get to our rosters and who we kind of end up snubbing by accident, and might have to make some adjustments afterwards. But I believe I get to pick first now, right?
Well, I guess technically, right, because we can't pick against our own teams. We might.
Right, it does not matter.
Because that was the confusion. Monty, I'll snitch on myself now. I did not realize we're going to pick teams. My brain did not immediately process. We're picking, like, our teams that we can only select from. I was like, I thought we were just selecting teams to, like, get to Omaha or whatever. I loved your idea better. So I'm like, I'm not going to say anything until, like, it's been done. But, like, now we don't have to go back and forth snake-wise because it doesn't really matter. Because
I was fine deferring it because I got what I wanted, I feel like. But,
So do we want to go position by position to make this easier for ourselves then? Or
yeah, we can do that if that's what you want to do.
I know my catcher. It's going to be Jacob Ferentz. So, I don't know if that makes it any easier, but.
Yeah, and for me, I've got to go with Stevenson.
Yeah, good call.
At UNC.
Now, Monty, I guess before we go too far into this, do we have to have a player? I would like to think this should be a fair rule. We should have to have a player from every one of our teams. Is that a fair?
I think so, yeah.
I just want to make sure before we're like, we get too far into it. And it's like, not to say that we're reaching for somebody. Let's say like we're stuck with one of the teams we're lower on, like me with Notre Dame. And, I'm going to go Esteban Moreno. But, like, if I didn't, like, what would I do now kind of thing? Like,
yeah.
So, my cat is deciding to go scratch a box. So it's not. Is that making some background noise there, Monty, or no?
Oh, just a little bit, but it's fine. So first base, where do you want to go?
See, this is the only flaw with the system, Monty. Is like we didn't know what team options we had, so kind of a on the clock kind of thing. Because like
I'm in a good spot.
I'm gonna walk through where my head's going a little bit. Like obviously, I'm gonna look at some of my higher ranked teams, right, and kind of see where I'm going. I'm trying to like almost build off my team based off of like who I'm trying. I for example, I think I know where I'm going at second base, so I'm kind of just trying to figure out, like again, making sure I have every team represented. So that's the one thing is like my first base, Monty, is somewhat open because like There's a lot of teams. Like I'm going through the spreadsheets that you put together. My first base position might have to be somebody I don't want to take.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about mine. I've got two of the best in the country.
Well, Monty, you're gonna laugh so hard at this.
I know I am.
Give me Rentaro Sasaki from Stanford. My first base position's so open. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Colin Priest was probably my next choice. I mean, again, I could have gone Virginia route, right? But again, I'm not trying to go too hard with the hammering Virginia. And like Chris Arroyo kind of falls into the other spots. And again, we have bench spots too, so we'll be able to fill out our teams. But it's just
and I think what we might need to do is also offer up. We'll look at how bad we snub people, and we may have to open up like a fan vote to add to our teams. But
yeah.
I'm stuck between Luke Cantwell and Garrett Michelle.
I mean, I know your love for Pitt, but Garrett Michelle bounce back year is coming.
Yeah, I know, and it's tricky. Like D1 put not Michelle Cantwell is the fourth best first baseman in the country. I interviewed both these guys in the fall. I'm going to go with Cantwell, and
I like it.
I think I'll end up being okay with Michelle later on.
Yeah. So. No, I mean that's a very what's the word? Wise choice, I guess you could say. I don't really know.
I was in a good spot because Virginia Tech and Pitt are both lower end schools that may not have as much representation. So, but
all right, Monty, you're gonna have to try my pronunciation here. But my second baseman is going to be Jaron Advincula.
Advincula. Yep.
Advincula. Okay. Sorry, Jaron, but the old Cal Golden Bear. That'll be my second baseman.
He's gone out west. Oh,
that's true. My team is. I'm a California team at the moment.
All right, here we go. So what's funny is you went Advincula again to stay away from kind of the Virginia situation there, considering that Henry Godbout is a consensus All-American. But you took, to me, I think the top two second basemen in the conference are Godbout and Advincula. I'm going to go with the guy who I think is in there at third, and that's Faroe.
I like that.
At Florida State.
I also like too that we're doing a really good job right now of getting diversity right now too.
Yeah, we are.
My shortstop Monty is in South Bend, Indiana, with Esteban Moreno.
I like it. That's interesting. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Sorry, I didn't realize you had third base in front of shortstop, Monty.
It's fine. You're
I was
fine.
going across the diamond. My bad.
It is perfectly fine. I am going to get some yelling about this, but I'm going with Alex Slodist.
Oh wow!
So I am going
Houston here, huh?
Yep, and this is the first duplicate school we've got because I've got the Florida State middle infield.
Oh, Monty. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, this is going to be bad because Merrick Houston probably should go here, but
Okay, my third baseman. I mean, I feel like this is an easy choice, right, Monty? Mm-hmm. It is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Daniel Cuvée of Miami.
You already have your 5 different teams. You are doing really well here. I am going with an underrated name, but I know people realize he's very good because he's been on a couple of All-American teams, but I am going with Mr. Ben Miller, the best mustache, and Duke at third base.
I mean, I'm not trying to take shots at some of my guys, but I think the better looking team might be your roster right now, Monty. I mean, between Lodis and Miller and Luke Stevenson, I mean, Cantwell's a Grizzly Bear. I mean, you're doing all right. You're doing all right, Monty.
Yep. Now we're getting into the outfield. So who's your first outfielder?
Oh, my cat. Oscar's trying to come in. Oscar, I got Clemson in the draft, buddy. We're doing good. Give me my beloved Kiss from a Rose, Mr. Zion Rose from Louisville.
You are just getting your making sure every team is represented really quickly, right?
Yes, sir.
You are 6 for 6. I have to go with the National Freshman of the Year, Drew Burris, and I put out his whole name for some reason, but
Andrew Burris,
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, that one stings.
All right, you got to go Clemson next, right? You went Rose over.
I just can't believe I haven't taken a Clemson Tiger yet. Like, that's my number one overall team and my all-star team. I haven't even selected a Clemson Tiger yet. But yeah, it's easy. It's Cam Kenrow.
So I was going to laugh if somebody like this show would be really bad.
I just keep waiting.
Just to mess with them. All right, I've got to. Here we go. I think I know where I want to go, but I've already taken 2 of them. Let's go. I'm going to go Ethan Conrad, Wake Forest.
I like it. I like it. I love it. I want some more.
All right.
Well, Monty, I hate to do it. It's the end of the. I'm not going to complete the trifecta here. I'm sorry. I am going to take an outfielder not from NC State. I'm going to save NC State for a bench spot / our pitching team. NC State will be making plenty of appearances, Wolfpack fans. I promise. And I know, like, obviously we'll have bench guys, but I kind of want to select my starters in a way I believe. So I have to take Henry Ford from Virginia as my last outfielder.
All right. I am going to have to go. Ooh. This hurts. This whole thing is just brutal.
Why did we do this to ourselves?
I know. What teams do I have? I've gotten 6 of my 8 already. I could go with Max Williams at Florida State. Kane Kepley at North Carolina is enticing. I just feel like I'm missing. I know it. I got it. I know who I was missing. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Ben Watson, ladies and gentlemen.
I love it.
If I can get back over here.
Now, before I make sure I'm not tripping, is that all your teams now represented or no?
Boston College is not.
Okay. Now there's a question, Monty. I'll allow you to decide this for us because it may make it interesting or it could suck. So I'll let you decide what you think. Do we have to have a starter from every single team? Because I know we're obviously not say that starting pitching doesn't count, but if we have a DH, I think our starting 9. Do we want to have one from every team? Because we both have one team left to be selected, and I have my choice at DH if we're not doing that, and I also have to. I know I'm going to draft an NC State Wolfpack. I know where I'll go if we decide that you have to have a starter from every team.
All right, I can do that. It works for me. I can go with Boston College Eagle in the DH spot.
Okay. Well, then, if obviously we're playing the game that way, give me Alex Sosa as my DH from old NC State.
And then I think I'm going Rags. Now I'm sitting here second guessing because I'm like, do I want to go Kyle Wolf, Josiah Ragsdale, or Patrick Roach?
I think if you want proven, you go Roche. I think if you want potential upside, I mean, Ragsdale he's a breakout. He's dark horse player of the year kind of candidate.
Let's go Ragsdale. All right.
I like it. I like it, Monty. All right.
Do you want to go to pitching and then come back to bench?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go on to pitching.
All right.
Man, I know exactly who my first pitcher is. Honestly, should I just draft the whole Stanford starting rotation? I'm just kidding. I won't do that.
All right, who you going with?
I kind of want my first pick to be like the right first pick. You know what? Give me Aiden Canuck. It is Canuck, right? I've heard it like 6 different ways. Okay. I just want to make sure that I'm not saying it wrong. because obviously I hope to talk to him this weekend. So
I think I had to double check with Brian before I interviewed Aiden because I was worried about that myself. Nothing like getting his name wrong when you're interviewing him. So,
Aiden Canusius.
I think mine's got to be pretty easy, right? The best pitcher in the country.
Who's that? I'm just kidding.
Jamie Arnold.
I kid. I mean Matt Scott from Stanford.
Yeah, I'm glad we went with 4 starters because we're gonna miss some fantastic starters.
Yes, we are. Can we have pitchers on our bench or no? Like fantasy baseball, you can. So I don't know. Are we playing that or no?
I'm going Jason DeCaro, UNC.
I like it. Man, you know what? I'm not gonna let the news that has scared the living poop out of me today scare me too much. Give me Evan Blanco from Virginia.
I'm gonna go Kyle Johnson.
I like it.
Duke.
I like it.
Oh my gosh, that's who I forgot in the outfield. Oh.
That's gonna be the most fun part. Is we're gonna be like going back and it's like, oh shoot, how'd I miss this?
And that's where we'll have to do like a fan vote to get certain guys in. But
correct.
Micah, your last starting pitcher.
I'm gonna go back out west and stay at Stanford. I just don't know which one I want to go with.
Can I present an alternative?
Ooh, yes.
Patrick Forbes.
Why am I not thinking? I'm thinking he's bullpen. Why am I doing that? You're right. Duh. Patrick Forbes. I don't know why I was thinking he's bullpen. Yeah, duh. Easiest choice ever, Monty. Thank you for making a good choice for me.
I was sitting there. I was like, oh no.
I just spaced. Like I don't know why I thought Patrick Forbes. I think what I was doing, Monty. I was like thinking about Louisville's guys last year. And I'm like, okay, Gongora's gone, and I'm just going down going in my head. I'm like, but yeah, duh. Great call.
Now I'm in trouble because I'm torn between three names. We got Logan Lunsford at Wake Forest, Tate McKee at Georgia Tech, and Brett Renfro at Virginia Tech.
I think you go Renfro and McKee. I guess how much are you willing to stick your neck out for the Tate McKee as dark horse pitcher of the year?
I am all in on Tate McKee, so I'm going to go with it. And I think there's going to be some some haters out there. So let's go to relief pitchers now. This is where it's going to get a little bit crazy.
Jacob Duden.
There you go, Duden. I mean, yeah, if you just stick with NC State, you'll be quick. The first two. I'm going to go with. Let me make sure who I'm looking at here. I'm going to go with Mathis from UNC.
Give me Tucker Biven from Old Louisville.
Let's see. I'm gonna go Matt Bedford, Wake Forest.
Good call. Give me Jackson Cleveland, Miami.
Man, you're on top of it here. Let's go. Man, this is a lot of fun. I'm gonna go Mason Martinez, Florida State.
Trying to think. To confirm, right? We do have Rory Fox as a starter at Notre Dame, right?
Yes. Yep.
I just want to make sure. I don't know why. I thought I saw somewhere that they potential bullpen guy, but that wouldn't make much sense for them. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to stick in the NC State world, Monty. I feel like, obviously I don't want to pull too much from them, but it'd be stupid not to. I'm trying to think though who I want to go with.
I already started putting Derek.
Derek Smith.
Okay, I thought that's automatically where you're going. I'm gonna go with Gabe Nard, Duke.
Okay, I like that. How many more do we have? We have what?
2 more
left. Ooh, okay. I think I'm going to go Lucas Malstadt, Clemson. Or is he are you considering him a starter?
No, I've got him as a reliever. I am going to stick with Duke and go Boulvert.
Okay. So I got one more left. I have to give. I kind of want to make sure I get touch more teams. I'm trying to like convince myself, Monty, to like pull the trigger on not a dark horse, because that sounds bad to say, but like maybe a dark horse kind of guy, like someone from Cal. Problem is just so many question marks, and this is an all-star game. We want to, highlight the best.
Yeah, because we are doing this in lieu of preseason all ACC teams.
So from that standpoint, then give me Ryan Ozinski, UVA.
Over Matt Augustine, huh?
Yes.
All right, now I am torn. I think I know where I want to go. And it is Matt Porter.
Love that choice.
From Pitt.
It still makes me mad because he should be a starter, but I get it. Like he is a Pitt bullpen guy. I just picture a bright future from the start for Mr.
In terms of the relievers, you getting NC State and Louisville really, I think. I mean, Bivin, Duden, and Derek Smith, and you didn't even have to pick Consiglio. Yeah, man. All right, let's go back up to bench and see who else we can get.
The best part is, Monty's, I really think, like, I know this is dumb, but like if we put this on social media, mine just screams sexier. It just does.
Okay. Jeez.
Well, I mean the names, right? Like Cam Canarella, Daniel Cuvée, Rintaro Sasaki, like Jacob Ferencz, like I have 3 people that are considered the number 1 at their position according to D1. I don't know. Do you have was Stevenson number 1 for catcher?
No, Ferencz was.
Yeah. So like Drew Burris, I think was a number 1 outfielder. So you have that, but that's it, right? Oh, Jamie Arnold was not the number 1 pitcher. I don't think for D1. I don't think in the country.
If it wasn't him, it would have been Bremner. It would have been one of the two.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was. Yeah, but anyways. All right, so now to our benches. Now, are we no more pitchers or yes pitchers? I'm fine with no more pitchers, but
no more pitchers.
Okay. Henry Godbout, UVA.
All right. Yep. There you go. That's another number 1 at the position.
Really? He came in over. Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing that you. I mean, Vincula is a great pick and is to me the second best in the conference. So that wasn't a bad pick. I just knowing that that Godbout was consensus and the number 1 by D1 made me laugh a little bit.
That's chuckle a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back and get my boy Michelle.
All right, I like it. Maybe. I guess I shouldn't cheat and have 3 second basemen, right? Like that's probably too far.
Who are you thinking?
Dorian Gonzalez, Miami.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll stay away from now. We'll see where we're at. Man, I want to get more Louisville Cardinals, but I don't know who I like more. Actually, maybe I do know who I like more. More.
Wow.
I want to reach for the guy. I don't know. Breakout sophomore year for him.
I'm gonna go AJ Grazia, who probably should have been in the in the starting lineup.
I was kind of shocked you didn't take him.
I thought of him when I picked Kyle.
Now to take who my DH pick would have been if we did not, like if we had to, or if we were not going to pick, a starter from each. Give me Luke Gaffney from Clemson.
I was going to say he needs to be on here.
Don't worry. I got Clemson. Luke Gaffney's on my team.
There you go. Just making sure I'm looking over and seeing what good stuff I've got. I'm going to stick with the outfield. Give me Max Williams, Florida State.
I'm gonna do something a little silly, Monty, and maybe it is silly, but I want representation on my team. Give me someone that I looked into a little bit after we did our show. We didn't talk about him too much on the show. Give me Seth Gwynn from Cal.
Wow.
Is that a bad idea though, Monty? Should I be trying to just grab the 6 best and not care about?
I don't know. We're gonna find out when we go to social media. Once you and I get off.
Again, I could grab more Clemson guys, but I don't know, man. I'm gonna stick to my guns. Anyone watching this, I'm going for diversity here.
I think the moment we finish tonight, I'm going to put out a poll even before we release episodes to give people an opportunity to vote in some snubs. I'm going to go with
so many good people on Clemson I haven't said yet. Oh,
I'm going to go with Kane Kepley, North Carolina.
I'm kind of regretting my Cal pick now.
Exactly what.
And there's just so many Virginia guys and Clemson guys I haven't said yet.
Harrison Didewick, Eric Becker. I mean,
I was also thinking Andrew Sifo from Clemson.
Yeah.
Oh, if I draft Chris Arroyo, do I get him as a potential pitcher as off the bench too?
I guess because I've got Kyle Johnson. If you'd like to,
man. Andrew Sifo. I know I want him, so.
All right. Shufo it is.
Shufo. Why did I say Sifo? I don't know.
Because that's what I used to say all the time until I figured out what it was.
Sufo?
Shufo.
Shoe.
Yeah.
Got it. That's trippy.
I am going to go ahead and bring in my other catcher, which is Jackson West. Your last bench piece, please.
You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to keep diversity. Brady Gumpf, Notre Dame. 2 from each team.
Wow. I love it. I'm going to go ahead and take another shortstop.
You know why I did this, Monty? I like it. You got the Lodises on your team. I love it. You know why I did this, Monty? I could not decide between Becker, Didewick, and a couple other Clemson guys, as well as some NC State Wolfpacks. So you know what? We're gonna go with it. I like this. I like.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a list of of potential snubs we've got here, but right now this is what we're going with.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, how are we feeling overall about our teams here?
My team's better than yours.
You think so? I don't know. I think the depth I've got on the bench.
Cool.
I mean, yeah. But yeah, I mean,
we'll be up 9-0 before you even get a sniff your bench.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll see. I'm excited about this. I'm excited to see what social media thinks because I think they're gonna be unhappy with some of what we've done.
Oh, I'm sure. Monty, one thing I am noticing. Can you scroll down a little bit? Okay, never mind. I thought for a second there you only had one Wake Forest Demon Deacon, and I was like, man, you will be upsetting some people.
I think I will.
Two in there. You did get 2 in there. You didn't. The crazy part is though, you didn't put the one that I thought you were going to put on your bench.
Oh no! I am going to get harassed for that. Lunsford, Houston are definitely potential snubs. So I'm going to have to make a list of the snubs, and then I think we each have to have 4 snubs on each side, and then maybe the top 2 votes get in. 2 pitchers, 2 hitters that were snubs, and they vote them in.
I like that.
So who do you want as yours? I mean, it might take me a second to just double check who our snubs are here.
Well, my snubs, you definitely. So we're doing 2 hitters,
Yeah.
All right, Monty. How about we do this? I'm gonna give you one Clemson, one Virginia, and you're gonna tell me which one.
Okay.
Is it gonna be, what would you say, Becker or Didawick? More of a snub. I think I know my answer, but I'm curious what yours is.
It might be Didawick.
See, I was leaning Becker, but I'm also thinking upside too. Like, I guess like Didawick offensively, yes, yeah, Didawick. We'll make him my snub for the Virginia Cavaliers, and then, I feel like it has to come down to Crichton or Becerra, or is Purify on there, or is like, God? There's so many Clemson Tigers, I just don't even know. Dominic Leasty's a really good option too. Oh, Monty. This is tough. You know what? My other snub, Eddie King Jr. I wanted to draft him, so I think I know who's going to win this vote, but I'm going to throw my guy Eddie on there because I almost took him over Lucas Moore, but I decided to go Lucas Moore instead.
All right, you got some pitchers that you want to.
Oh yes, pitchers. Are we going? Does it matter starters or not, or yes?
It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to
Joey
do.
Volchko, Stanford, and let's go. Make sure I'm not tripping. Yeah, Dominic Fritton from NC State. Or do I go? Yeah, we'll go Fritton. Could be Wilderson
right.
too. Or Cooper Consiglio. But we'll go Fritton. Why not? So many options, Monty. This is tough.
I've definitely got to go Merrick Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get flamed too bad for that. Let me see.
Wake Forest
I feel like
Monty lives at.
You do know my address.
I do.
Oh, that's scary. Man. I'm just double checking my teams here and looking down the list of who I am missing. Giesler is a tempting option to include. I think I did a pretty good job on the players. So I'm gonna add in. You know what? Let's do Zuckerman.
I like it.
And then my pitcher one will be Lunsford at Wake. And then I think. I mean, again, I thought 4 pitchers was plenty. It turns out it did not feel like enough.
Yeah, right.
So I am thinking.
You didn't go Renfro. I think you got to put him on there. Not Renfro.
Yeah.
Renfro. Yeah. Sorry.
Nope, that's right. I do have to go Renfro.
Because you didn't. That was the one you were debating between him and McKee.
So yeah, I think we're gonna have some snubs here, but I like what we've got, and I'm excited to see what how bad social media takes this. But we'll work up a graphic. But we've also got votes that will have already been kind of figured out by the time the show airs. But yeah, lots of content coming out. We're gonna pick our. We've got our. Tons of graphics coming over the next couple of days, kind of talking about, obviously, these all-star teams. We also have Micah's ballpark rankings. We've got our picks for player of the year and underrated player and a number of other fun stuff there. And then we've got a live show coming out tonight for our weekend preview, as we are just 2 days away, and Micah is going to be seeing Louisville and Clemson in Arlington. I'm very jealous. I'll be seeing Duke and North Carolina in the Triangle. We've got some chilly weather coming through this weekend, but Micah should be pretty warm down there. I think Arlington's also indoors if they wanted it to be. So anything else you want to add as we wrap this show up?
I have a feeling I might be seeing the first game of the year as also the last game of the year. Look, Clemson, Oklahoma State national title.
Oh wow, I like it.
Those two teams I have in Omaha, my Omaha 8's going to drop as well sometime the next day or two. And spoiler alert, both of them are going to Omaha, in my opinion. So great way to start the 2025 season for me. Really excited to see Aiden Canuck pitch, my starter for the team Micah. But no, I mean it's going to be fun, Monty. Obviously, again, our preview show tonight is going to be awesome. Really excited to kind of deep dive. I mean, there's some series we won't spend too much time on, but there's going to be some we're really going to have to take a look at. I mean, obviously, Virginia's got a big weekend. Clemson. Who else am I forgetting that's got big weekends? Jeez,
I mean, BC's got USC.
Too. Yeah. Texas Tech and UNC is a big one. Duke, Cincinnati. I know you're high on Cincinnati. I mean, the more I look at Cincinnati, yeah, facts. But it's gonna be fun, Monty. It's gonna be fun. So excited to get back to it and get into the swing of things.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you later tonight. Until then, it just means